Spec, you just beat Silk Song! Congratulations! I've heard it's really challenging. I've been seeing fantastic fan art and also memes about people complaining about how hard it is. The Silk Song meme I've seen is best game ever. Best game ever that I hate so much. That's right. So I'm assuming it's harder than Hollow Knight then. Because all I hear about Hollow Knight is how much everybody just loves it. Not like, I haven't heard about like how difficult it is. That's not something I usually hear about Hollow Knight. It's designed for people who played Hollow Knight to give them a new challenge. We kind of talked about that yesterday a little bit. How, like, I respect if the devs want to make their game difficult, like, respect, you know, like make your game how it's intended to be, right? And because, you know, there should be super difficult games out there, right? And I'm all for accessibility and, you know, sure, you know, make an easy mode for people who want to experience it, but don't have, you know, the chops to, you know, the ability to get good. You know, people don't want to, you know, some people can't, you know, some people can't. So I'm all for making like an easier mode. But at the same time, like honestly, if the devs don't want to make an easier mode, they're like, no, this is just how our game is. It's like the Mr. Biscuit, the They Are Billions. That is a very, very difficult RTS defense game. And I love it. It's brutally difficult, but I love it. There is kind of an easier mode now, but for a long time, I think there wasn't. And people were like asking them, like, please make an easier mode, please make an easier mode. And they were just like, no, like, this is our game. If you don't, it's difficult. If you don't like it, don't play it. And like at the same time that I want accessibility, I gotta respect that. At the same time, I respect that. Like, you're just like, this is how my game is. If you don't like it, don't play it. Like, it's their bottom line, right? That they're affecting. But like to say, you know, because games are art. And if that's your art, then that is. They're under no obligation to, it's very nice to make it. Now, accessibility features not the same as accessibility mode, like an easy mode. Those are two different things. There should absolutely be some kind of accessibility features. Colorblind mode and, you know, whatever, you know, whatever it may be, totally depends on the game. But like, yes, I agree. That's a perfect way to put it. They're under no obligation to make like an easy mode for their difficult game. And some games are what they are because they're hard, right? Things like, you know, I've never played them, but things like Dark Souls and, you know, there's games that are known for being brutally difficult. And that's just how they are. And that's why they're known, because they're difficult games. And that's a genre in itself. That's the thing. Like, that is a genre in itself, is a brutally difficult game because people enjoy that challenge, right? And so I think a game has a right, and the devs have a right to make their game hard and keep it hard. And if you can't play it, too bad. I think they have a right to do that. We're talking about Silk Song. That's what got us. That's what got us talking about it. What's up, Talus? Because that's all I've heard about Silk Song. I've seen beautiful artwork and praise and how much people love it, and then the memes about how difficult it is and how people are complaining it's so hard. I love this game so much. I hate this game so much. The challenge makes it more fun. Yep. But that depends on the gamer. That depends on your personal experience. Imagine Guild Wars 2, how would that have an easy mode? Well, think of raids, and fractals and the end game Guild Wars 2 content. There are easy modes. Some of them they added much later, like raids. Raids are extremely difficult, right? For most players. Some players, they're impossible. And many years down the line, they have made now, emboldened mode, I think it's called. They've made an easy mode for raids, an easier mode for raids, to make it more accessible and to get people into them more. But for many years, it was just, if it's too hard, too bad. This is what it is, right? And I think raids should be that. But even back then, there was the whole discussion of, well, you know, there's story in raids, and that's content a lot of people can't do because they don't have time, or, you know, they don't have a group, and, you know, they don't get to experience that story firsthand. With everything, you can experience everything with the internet now. You can just watch a YouTube video, right? If you want to like experience the story of a game that's too hard for you, or you don't have time to play it or whatever, you know, so things are a little different in that case now. What about back in the day? What about back in the day when there was, like, you know, a console game that was brutally difficult, right? What's like a Super NES game that was just like brutally difficult? And it's not like there was an easy mode, or, you know, there was a patch where they added an easy mode, right? It was just, if it was hard, it was hard. And if you couldn't play it, too bad, right? Issue hasn't been the difficulty. It's that bosses have an absurd amount of HP and you get so many enemies on the screen, it's impossible to keep up. So it like overwhelms you, or like you can do the boss. That annoys me when like you can fight the boss, but the boss has so much HP that it's just like the fight just goes on forever, and you start getting like just exhausted IRL because you're like, oh my God, like this boss, like, is it gonna die or what? I agree with that. Now, maybe you could level up or get an item or something to help you take down the bar faster, right? So there's like that. But yeah, it varies per game, even within genre. Beat Dark Souls and Elden Ring for the first time, and it was amazing. That's amazing. I want to give Elden Ring a try someday, but that's like a 300-hour game, isn't it? Oh man, R-Dog, that's your favorite genre of reaction? People who have never played Elden Ring, never played a Souls game, playing Elden Ring for the first time. I would do that. I would do that. I mean, Elden Ring has such high praise. And I've never played a Souls game. I know about it. I've seen, not full playthroughs, but I've seen, you know, I've watched some people play, you know, a little bit of it. So I know of the Souls games, but I've never played one. And I would play Elden Ring. I would try it. Well, see, you can just go like watch a YouTube video. I mean, people have just like not even like a commentary or a let's play. They just have like the gameplay. Like, obviously it's their let's play, but like no commentary. Like there's people, you can find like a YouTube video of any game of just the game itself. Hey, what's up, Rabid? __ welcome. That's why they invented Game Sharks in the Konami code. Right, that's what it was back in the day. That's what it was. Yes, yes. Ninja Turtles on NES was very hard. Just beat a boss in Silksong that had like 5 phases, so I'd figured out the attack pattern, but got exhausted and made a mistake. Right. Hey, MS Heart, thanks for lurking. Back in my day, Ghosts and Goblins. Oh my gosh, you also said the Ninja Turtles game? Ninja Turtles Battletoads. Oh my gosh. Perfect boss has enough HP that you need to learn the mechanics and can't just accidentally kill it, right? Or you can't just use one move to kill it, like maybe eventually wear it down. What about that? Like there's like, you just use like your normal stab and like, but that's all you use. And you can kill the boss with the normal stab, but it'll take you 3 hours, but you can do it. You can just whittle them down, right? And just poke them. That's true. Games have become more popularized and mainstream over time, and with more functionality, access for people with limitations. We're not even on the board back then. Right. Plus hardware limitation, size limitation. Yeah.